Hello guys, and welcome back to Ori and the Blind Forest. In the last episode we climbed up all the way from the bottom and into the higher parts of Sorrow Pass. So let's just get going. So as you can see, there is a gate over there. So let's just get to it by starting to gather some keystones. Now these spikes here are just as painful as the lot before, so try not to touch them. Might be a bit difficult, but it's doable. So we'll just have to do that before anything else. And head back. Yeah, so one more hit and I'm dead. So I just have to focus a little bit. Try not to die. I'm going a bit fast. You can go slower, but yeah, that's just how I do it. Let's see, I'll set up another save point here just to get some more health back. And head on over again. Let's see. No, not quite, but I think we can do if I just try to be a bit careful. There, get some spirit lighters while we're at it, and carry on. Now, last one should be up here in a secret place. So let's just head over here. Just get a little extra boost from the jump. I also want to save here just so we don't fall on the spikes and have to do that all over again. That would be fairly bad. But here we are. Got everything. Now we just have to look out for that guy as we immediately come upon him and going through. And there we go. Not bad. And get you, while also taking a hit ourselves. Not the best result, but it happens. Let's see. I don't think there's too much here to gather up. It's fairly straightforward. But still, I have to pay attention. So, let's do this and feather over. Well, let's see. Can't do anything about this right now. Let's head over here. The spirit, another sacrifice for Nibel, near flew through the air. She soared through the sky. Her world knew no bounds until the forest turned blind. And at last we have our final ability, the charge jump, which we can deal with these with. So let's just charge up and jump for it. Now that should make things a lot easier for us. Next up we have the charge wall jump, which also is useful. We just charge it up like so and jump. And that will take care of a lot of things for us. Also let us just jump really far to get ahead and deal with that. Whoops! That was not intentional, but yeah. 1 second. And here we go again. Whoop! Let's try to make as best use of the feather as we can. And here we go. I really like the music in this area. By the way, it's just, we finally have all the abilities and it's just, now we're completely free to do whatever we want within the limits of the game, but we can get absolutely everything now. And we will, once we are done with this area. Then we'll go back and gather up things. So yeah, there's a secret area up there. Very easy to miss, but it's not too difficult to get to. See. So we'll just use our charge wall jump and cross over. And that is what we'll do with a lot of things. It's very, very nice to get far quickly. And there we go. And further up with us. Nice. Thank you, spider. There, that should help us a little bit along the way. There are things on the other side there. I think we should be able to break them. There we go. And perhaps we'll be able to take care of the spider as well. Don't know if that's a good idea though. Let's see. There we go. Let's get hit by that. I think that will do. And head on over here. And I'll just carry on downwards and charge through this again. Just like before. Now we'll have to just make this go straight out, but afterwards we can line it up. Whoop! Sorry. And make sure we shoot in a slightly different direction. And here we are. Back at the beginning again. Let's just be careful. That's how you're careful. And drop down. And further down. And we're back to where the wind is. Be a free wind. Allow us to travel up further. And here we go. Let's see what awaits us at the top. And here we are. You can even see Mount Hor in the distance. Let's head over here. See what awaits us. No wonder Kuro is avoiding this place. The Sunstone still irradiates the light that she fears. With the Sunstone we can now pass through Mount Hor's gates. But do you feel the shaking, the rumbling of the earth? Mount Hor is close to spewing fire. There's no time to lose. And that is our next objective. Heading to Mount Hor. But first of all, I want to go over some things that we have yet to do. Namely, picking up everything we have left behind on the map. So for the rest of the episode I'm going to do just that. So if you're not interested in just following along where everything is, you may just stop watching now, but if you're interested we will have a little montage of sorts and let's just go on. First of all, we have this area down here. We couldn't do anything about it before, but now we can just blast through it and head straight up. So here we go, get ourselves a life cell. Not bad of a start at all. We also have this thing that we should knock down. And that will give us access to yet another thing we couldn't deal with before. So I'll head down there and pick it up. Alright, and here we are. So just to reach up there we have to use the charge jump, so let's just jump straight up, hang to the walls and keep climbing. Now the spider is very useful to get further up, and we have ourselves some spirit light. Next up we are over here in Valley of the Wind, place I told you about before that we could get, but I didn't want to because we're supposed to do this about it to get ourselves another ability cell. Moving on. We have yet another one of the same kind of thing, just down here at the bottom of the valley. So, once again, let's just break through the rocks and pick up yet another ability cell. And with that, we are moving on to the Sunken Glades. And here we are, just at one of the very early areas we went to, right here. There is an ability cell over here, so what we do is just charge up our jump straight up, and pick this up. Now, that's not everything we can deal with out here, because, as you might recall, there was an energy gate over here that we couldn't open at the time because of our lack of energy cells. So let's just do it this time. And we'll head into a completely new area that we haven't been to at all. So, without any further delay, let's just deal with this and head on. Now you guys can just go away for a little bit. And we'll start with doing the top part of this. And maybe we can deal with you as well. Just send you into the spikes, and that's that. I believe we might have needed him before if we wanted to get up, but that's not too much of a deal when we have our charge jump, which will take care of mostly everything for us. Except running into enemies like I do, which I do not recommend, so we'll save here. And you just have to jump, use these as transportation, and get yet another ability cell. Moving forward very quickly. Now we'll head down again. Now down here there's a rock that we need. Let's just take care of this owl so it doesn't turn out to be a problem for us while we do this. And grab the rock, move it over here. Okay, I don't think we can pull it with us on the downward slope. Now, as you might see down there is some purple glow, namely this laser. So, yeah, we can't walk over there without the stones. So, what we need to do is just smash this, and let's take it a bit easy ourselves, so we don't end up falling in. Hello, frog. Let's do this. No, 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 no. There we go. Very nice. So, I don't believe you can turn this laser off, but we will just use our rock to try and block it off like so. Let's just keep pushing it. And there we go. Don't really need the charge jump all the time, but it makes things easy. And we had another energy cell. I believe the first one we got along this way. Okay, so next up, we just need to discover the shaded area over there. So we can keep that on our map, because that also counts towards 100%ing the game. That should do it. So, moving on. And we are now in the cave where we picked up our first ability, way back when. So, this we couldn't have gotten without the charge jump, namely this spirit light. So, that's that, and heading back again. And very early on we picked up something over here. I believe this was a life cell, and above it there is something we can get. I believe you might have been able to get this with the double jump or possibly the triple jump, but anyway, easy enough to get with the charge jump. Another ability cell. And here's the water parts that we should have been able to take care of quite a long time ago. I just passed them by because it was more convenient to not do that at the time. Some spirit lights, and if we head over here, just avoid the piranhas, we have another life cell. Next we have this area way back at the beginning, where we have some water, which we should be able to deal with, now that we don't have any poison anymore, to get ourselves some more spirit lights. Never against that. Also, let's head right back to where we just left our first, the first ability cell that we passed up. which is right here. So that will do that. Also, before we cut again, we'll just head back up, because there's even more in this area that I believe we needed a charge jump for. Just right up here. And jump up for another ability cell. Now over on the other side of this area, just here, we can now cross over easily enough, and we can use the wind to hover up, and that will give us some more spirit light. So that should be it for the sunken glades, except just this little area over here that we still need to discover. And open this door, and that will 100% the area. So next we're moving on to the moon grotto. So starting off right here, we have a little area that we can jump into. Don't worry about those old parts, we will get to those soon enough. But those are a part of the Hollow Grove, so we will be saving those for a bit later. Now we have this area right over here that was full of poison water before. We crossed over it to get some of the things at the top, but yeah, now we have that as well. Next up, there's a thing we can get by just jumping down right here and sailing over to the left, so let's do just that. And yes, there is wind here now, so it will be easier to travel around. But there we go, another ability cell. There's this thing right here that we skipped before, just because it was an ability cell and I wanted to save them. So there we go, not a problem with the charge jump at all. Can get it just fine with the double jump. And then right up here by the waterfall is another piece of spirit light. Next up, there's this area just over here. We could have deal with this with the bash attack because there is a spider here. I just got rid of it for convenience sake. But we can also charge jump up and get ourselves a new life cell. Next we have this area just by the lasers here, which have a couple of little things that we should be getting as well. So let's just try to avoid this as best we can and smash through the ground. Now that should let us get some more spirit light over here. And then there's one more thing. And yes, you can get past those fairly easily. They don't stay up as long as their animation suggests, so they're not as dangerous as they might seem. And we'll have some more spirit light over here as well. Now that should be all of the moon grotto, so next we are moving on to Thornfell Swamp. Or rather it would have been, but there's one more thing I forgot. This little thing right here is still part of the moon grotto, so we will take care of that before anything else. So spider, if you would be so kind. And we can get this. Not bad at all. Now moving on to the swamp itself. First of all, in this big area, there's now wind. So now we should be able to reach the top. So let's just get carried on upwards with it and see what's up here. So we can only go so far, but that's all we need to get our energy cell. And back at the very end of the swamp, right here, there's an area that we couldn't reach before without the charge jump, so now we have it and we can get ourselves some spirit light. And back over by the map stone again, there's this path that was hidden that we couldn't follow before because we didn't have the charge jump. So there's the ability cell that we can pick up. We can also pass through this now. I believe we could have just smashed it before, but yeah, now we just can charge jump through it and move on to this little thing over here. Another spirit light container. Moving on, we have this area right here with a bunch of spitting things. First of all, we have this little thing that we can get, which is full of some spirit light. Very nice. And we should also go over here. Just charge jump. Could just use bash for it, but charge jump makes it all the more easy to get our ability cell. Next up, there's an area we haven't even explored in this place, so let's just jump our way up there. And there's our prize already. Not too bad at all. Then there is a place we skipped by right here just to save this ability cell for later on. So let's just head over and pick it up. And move on. Now for the very last part of Thornfeld Swamp, we are just back at the beginning of the area. And there's now wind here. So we should be able to just fly right up here. Gather up our ability cell. And then head back down and just discover this part of the area. And then we should have 100% of it. So next up, we are moving on to the Hollow Grove. And here we are, just over in this big area. And now that there's wind here, we can just get carried on upwards to get ourselves another ability cell. Now for that, let's just head back down here to get this pole and knock it into the ground, which will give us access to another area again. Right, so let's see what this area is all about. We have not been here before. Hello. Let's take care of you. Should probably be shooting at you instead of just ground pounding you, but it works. So now we can just move through this and head on down. So here we go. Our prize for swimming and opening up paths and such. Not too bad at all. And we're back in this room again. Place with lots of poles in the water and some spiders. So now that we are here, we can use the spiders, which is what you're supposed to do, or we can use charge jump to get up here. First of all, there's this. Just a little bit of spirit light. And there's also this, that we'll be able to break through now. Now, I don't believe you can actually jump all the way over there, or you're not supposed to at the very least, so charge jump. And hello. Try to take care of you, and perhaps get your spirit light. Should be very nice. Let's just deal with all of them, and there we go. Not bad at all. And we have an energy cell. So with that done, we're heading back down again. And to this. This is something we can knock into the ground, which will give us access to another area we have yet to explore. So we're heading over there. And we will have to do some swimming. First of all, there's this, which I would like to pick up very quickly, just to have it out of the way. And then there is this area, which is also full of lasers. So yes, you won't see too many lasers if you don't go out of your way to find more things in these areas. You will, however, see a lot more of them if you go around and look around a lot. So they're pretty much very optional things to see. But anyway, we're blocking it off like so we can pass on through. And another one, which shouldn't be too hard to take care of either. There we go. Safe passage to down below. And let's just take care of you while we're at it. Now that we're down here, we have this. Another life cell for us. And we can pass back down, whoops, to the Moon Grotto area. Or the area just next to the Moon Grotto. Whoops, that is not good. In which we have some water to deal with. That doesn't look quite right. I don't think it's supposed to do that. Well, we have this gate here. And an ability cell. So yes, instead of we were coming back here, didn't lie. And we're moving back up again. And now back in this area, over by the spider eggs and such, we have another one of these, which should be simple enough to take care of right now, and an ability cell for us. There's only a couple of things left to take care of in this area before we can head on. We will not be able to 100% the Hollow Grove as we go along now, because this part up here is also part of it. So we'll have to do that a bit later. But for now, let's head over here to the part we haven't explored yet. There will be owls, just one owl, and another ability cell as well. Now heading over to the other side of the room. Should be something for us there as well. So let's just do that. And well, that was probably not the best idea. But anyway, we'll just go over here, get ourselves some spirit light. And there's one last thing I want to do that I completely forgot about when we were in the area. Namely, head over to the Misty Woods. Because there is one little thing we didn't deal with before right at the very end of it. So, just 1 second. And here we are at the very end of the Misty Woods. So let's just use our feather, go up there with the wind that has now been restored to the area, and get ourselves an ability cell. So that's about it. And back here again, just one little thing I missed, just over there in the grayed out area. So let's just head over there before we do anything else. And just feather over here and get ourselves a life cell. Now I believe that's everything I wanted to take care of before we go on. And in the next one we'll go on to this area up here. But before we end off, since we have a ton of ability cells now, let's put them into good use. So first of all, let's complete the blue line and get ourselves some ultra defense. Next up, I think we really should start focusing on our attacks. So let's just put as many things into this as we can. And there we go. Got absolutely everything. And we still seem to have a bit more, so let's do this. And this. So now we only lack this very last part. And that will be everything we need. So, you can now see things on the map where different cells of different kinds are. So we have a few things up ahead. I believe we've cleared out everything else though, so that should be good. If I have missed something, I will try to look into it and see if we can do something about it, but I don't believe there is anything. Anyway, now that we have upgraded our attacks, they are amazingly strong and they cover a lot more area. Remember that guy that we visited a long time ago and had a lot of trouble with? It's not a problem anymore. So, let's see if we can get the last 3 ability points we need before the end of the game. And that should be absolutely everything we need to be able to complete our abilities. So, thank you very much for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed it. And hope I'll see you again next time. So, bye bye for now and take care.